that we shall always emphasize, you know, if you want to make money quick, you know, that some people feel like that's the quickest way of making money. Anyway, we shall hear from from Anthony just in a few minutes. Well, of course, if you want to catch more of these conversations, you can go on YouTube, just type in Smart24 TV. We're streaming live, and of course, if you're a newcomer, don't forget to subscribe. And trust me, you won't regret it. On social media, on Facebook, we're in Smart24 TV Official. Follow, like, and comment. And on X, Smart24 TV now. Follow, like, comment. I mean, feel free to throw in anything you feel like you would want us to talk about and you want to learn, because we learn from each other actually. And of course, channel 372 on DSTV, channel 320 Go TV. We're always there, keeping you updated with the latest information in line with business. Well, from us, it's a very good morning actually. And we hope that this segment is going to get you interested, enlightened on what is happening in, around, and beyond the borders of Africa as well. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Mercy.
How are you this morning?
I'm all right. I'm very honored to be here and very grateful for the opportunity SMB always presents to me to come and shine on this very great platform of SMB.
I must say, I'm always excited actually, because this is my time also as well to learn from you. Honestly, this was supposed to be a secret, but you know, it's okay. It's okay to learn. So today we're going to be looking at the different trends in stocks and what is happening on the market financially.
Yeah. So greetings, viewers. Thank you so much for always choosing Smart24 TV. My name is Antonio, and I'm a host of Financial Markets here at Smart24 TV. And now we're currently looking at the trends in financial markets. We have a lot happening, especially in the stock market. The market turnovers have been going up. Market turnovers here, I mean the amount of money that is being transacted on these exchanges has been going up in the recent past. We've seen trends, especially with MTN Uganda coming in as one of the top performers on the stock market. MTN also released their financial statements for the year, rather for the period for the second quarter of the year. Now, interesting fact here is, Mercy, you don't have to wait until the end of the year to reap from financial markets. For example, companies like MTN, Airtel, every 3 months, they're giving out what we call dividends. Yes. And these dividends are just a percentage of the profit that is going out to shareholders.
Really?
So MTN released their statements for the second quarter. So every time MTN makes money, its shareholders are making money, and they take some of that and give it back
to the
shareholders.
That's really interesting. I wonder people who are skeptical about this, but in Uganda, I think those are the two telecommunication companies that we have that are really invested in stocks here in Uganda. And for those that really understand the whole instance of stocks, you know, buying, they really benefit from it. How I wish people would know. People, you know, we are skeptical in Uganda, like, oh, this is risking my money. What if there is a collapse? What if there's a bankruptcy? What would I do? But there is a possibility of reselling. You sell to someone else if you really see it's not your thing. It's not your thing. And it's not working out for you anyway.
You're absolutely right. It's about making the first step. The more we talk about this and the less we act, the less we are doing anything for the markets, the less we are doing anything for our individual viewers out there, the retail investors, potential retail investors. The thing is, wake up in the morning, withdraw that money from the bank. The bank is not adding any value to your money. Sorry to say, I'm not decampaigning banks whatsoever, but those so-called savings accounts, not in the 21st century. Your money should be making money. Your money should be working for you.
Because, I mean, the percentage given in this, you know, when you're saving, the interest, you know, a bit increases, but it's not as much as when you invest in something that gives you more and more each and every day. It gives you more and more profits.
Yeah.
Honestly, but anyway.
Let's look at MTN, for example,
MTN.
here. I'm just taking this as an example because this has just been released. Now, as of this quarter, the second quarter we've just concluded, MTN issued an interim dividend of 6.6 shillings per share. Yeah? Now, there's a total dividend of 147.8 billion that has been issued. 147.8 billion. Now, let me tell you, to put this in perspective, the 6.6 shillings is going to be issued per share. So if you have 1,000 shares, you're going to receive 6,600 shillings. If you have 1 million shares, you're going to receive 6.6 million on your account. Now, we have big dogs in Uganda who have 100 million shares.
Yeah.
They're going to receive 660 million on their account by 20th of September, the closure date for that. Now, put this in perspective. If you had invested in MTN, this is a dividend for just the second quarter. We had one for the first quarter. We had one for the fourth quarter of 2024. And all these are juicy dividends. They're not just giving out cash that is maybe insignificant. Yes, this 6.6 seems little, but if you've been growing your shares every now and then, a share is going for 100 shillings, 170, right? At the moment on the market. And there's always a window of selling higher or lower. That's how the money is made. It's made in two ways. You can buy low price, sell at a high price. You can buy and hold and get dividends. Either way, you're making money. Either way, you're earning that extra income. I would also like to speak to my brothers and sisters who are in the retirement phase of their life. This is, I'm telling you, Mercy, I know you're very young, you're probably 16 this year, making 16, but someday you're going to retire. And they're going to issue you this lump sum of money. Let's say 500 million you've been saving with NSSF. And there are going to be so many temptations to buy land, to do this, to buy a car. But trust me, this is the moment you need to decide to be able to diversify this money and invest it in assets that are going to bring in money. I know people who have actually a retirement plan where they have invested in stocks, they've invested in treasury bonds, and every single month these things are coming their way. Because MTN is giving a dividend, but at the same time there's another bond which is yielding after 6 months. Because for bonds, remember, you earn after 6 months, right? Then for stocks you can earn every quarter. So you find that every single month it's like you're earning salary, yet you've not even worked a single day because you just invested money in the right places. Now, all this might seem too much, but you can get a financial advisor, especially people in retirement. Please don't buy land before you understand what are the other options for me. You can have this, because remember, this lump sum, when you put it in a fixed asset like land, it's hard to liquidate. Yes, they say land appreciates, but we don't have much time when you're 60, right? You don't have much time to wait for all that time for land which you bought at 20 million to go to 30. You might not have the time, So you want things that are going to bring in money continuously. You want a cash flow. Because remember, you've been used to salary. Now it's gone. You're home, you're on your farm. You need that income. Get a financial advisor. Sit down with them, let them walk you through the different asset classes for financial markets, and then have a plan. And you don't put all your eggs in one basket. That sounds so cliche, but it's never going to grow old, right? Put something in stocks, put something in crypto. We're going to talk about crypto later. Put something into treasury bonds, something into treasury bills. But I wouldn't advise treasury bonds, especially for people going into retirement, because they are much longer term. You want short-term instruments that are going to return your investments very quickly, right? And you want that continuous cash flow. So there's always going to be someone who can advise you. Go and visit stockbrokers, go to the CMA, go to the stockbrokers and find out how can they help you to be able to invest and make sure you earn, for example, like some of these MTN shareholders who are going to earn themselves these dividends. I know one investor in MTN, the biggest, of course, is Charles Mbidi. Charles Mbidi, whenever they issue these dividends, you see this 147 billion, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have less than 8 billion of this. It's coming into his pockets. He didn't have to work a single day for this 8 billion.
Yeah.
All he did was invested.
Invested.
That's it. Invest the money.
Yeah.
MTN, let it do the work. Let it do the mobile money businesses. Let it sell airtime. Let it sell data. At the end of your 3 months, you have that message. How sweet would that be, Mercy? When you have that message on your phone, ting,
No.
8 billion.
Now thinking
You've received 8 billion.
thinking about it, I'm really thinking my life, and I'm like, I don't have to wait for retirement, like you said. I mean, I have very many years to think, because now if you talk about social security, actually, they were giving accounts on comparisons on what people invest in. I mean, the comparison between the money that people spend when they get their retirement money and the percentage at which they invest. Majority do not invest. Why? The first thing that comes in your mind is, wow, I need to get a farm car. You don't get time to think of investing.
Yeah.
Or maybe the only thing you do that would be of somewhat value, set up commercial buildings and get. But this, with the boomers, the Generation X, I don't think they're into it. They'll be like, this is kind of risky.
Yeah.
But for the people that have been in the business, let's say Mbiri as well, they know the benefits of that come with it.
And it is very sad, because we want this to be part of everyone's life.
Yeah.
We want it. We are 45 million people. Less than 1% of us are investing in these things.
Yeah.
Meaning these billions of money are going to just a few people.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying, for you might look at the 6, because we are saying 6.6 shillings. That's, you can't buy a thing, right?
Yeah.
But how much do you have? How much have you invested?
Invested in, yeah.
That's the amount that's going to return to you, the proportion, that's going to return to you. But unfortunately, it's going into the pockets of very few people. And how I wish one time we could have maybe one of those people come here and testify to you. But I'm one person, I've invested.
Yeah.
And yes, I might not have invested billions like Charles Media, but the little I've invested, I'm getting a return. And if we actually embrace this, we are going to not only grow ourselves, but our country as well. Because remember, we're investing in these companies, but they're going to reinvest in us by giving us better services. 5G is already in the country, but the reason why it hasn't spread all over the country is that these companies haven't been able to harness enough capital to grow, because 5G is quite expensive to maintain and to just even put up. Those masts that are going to be able to throw those waves all over the country. But if we are to see our country also develop at a faster rate, we need to invest in these companies, because the capital you put is the capital they actually pull into their different investments and grow the business. And also, this is a chance for businesses out there. If you're a business and you want to list on the exchange, there's a chance for you. The capital markets, just like the word goes, capital markets. It is a market where you find capital. You find two people, the people willing to give capital and the people taking the capital, to grow their businesses and be able to give back. Simple business. And this is why New York Stock Exchange is as it is. This is why you see the American economy is the biggest economy in the world, with a GDP of over 20 trillion US dollars, because they have invested greatly in capital markets. They are capitalists. We are living in a capitalistic economy, and that means that we must fight to be able to be seen and noticed as well.
Well, Anthony, I think my opinion is why I think we are reluctant to maybe investing is because of the policy schemes that have come up. That is also one of the thing that is really hindering people in investing in such things. The policy schemes, someone invested there, 100 million sometime, and the next thing they know, the company shut down and they couldn't access their money. So, and people do not know who to trust. They do no longer trust banking institutions, actually. So people are now keeping their money at home. And it's risky. It's really risky.
But there's a guy called Jim Rohn. He's a motivational speaker. He once said, if you think life is risky, then don't be born. If you think
you have to be a risk taker.
Because even you being born was a risk. There are babies who die before birth. You getting into school was a risk because there were so many dangers, you know, on the road, you crossing the road, everything is risky. Think about it. You coming here this morning was risky.
Yeah,
there are people who didn't make it to work,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Now, if you're telling me, no, there are Ponzi schemes, you know, we've been, you know, through a lot of heartbreaks, that doesn't mean you're not going to go into another relationship.
Exactly.
You have to move on.
Yeah.
Because life itself is defined by risk. Now, let me tell you something. If you're risk averse, there are still asset classes that you could invest in. However, you're not going to make as a big return as if you've invested in the risky assets.
Yeah.
Talking about crypto, for example, is one of the most, the riskiest things you can invest in. Very risky. Today, Bitcoin we woke up to a very shocking figure here. Bitcoin was selling at $67,000 US before the weekend. Today morning, it's at 56,000. That's a drop of more than 100, rather 11,000 US dollars. That's huge losses for people who had invested, who had gotten into the market on the weekend. Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean we are going to quit crypto. No. Matter of fact, I want to buy some more this weekend. Okay. Yes, because this is when the markets are going down, people are, you know, putting their heads down and they're getting disappointed. That's the best time to come in. Yeah, sure. For us, the risk takers, we feel like you're panic selling. Fine. Let's get in. Let's get in and loot. It's me. I call it looting because that's the time I can buy it cheap. Cheaply. And then I wait for the time when you're excited again. And you're like, oh, crypto is going up again. Let's buy. I sell to you again. You see, I'm making money. But here is the thing: no risk. No, actually, the saying goes, no guts, no glory. If you have no guts today, the 21st century, to say, let me part with this money painfully, whether it's going to become a loss or not, you're not willing to be an entrepreneur, you're not willing to become wealthy. That is a fact. And that is why, Mercy, I want this to be part of the curriculum in Uganda. I want capital markets education to be part of the curriculum. I've seen the National Curriculum Development Center review the O-level curriculum, and that was a very appreciated move. But where is the financial literacy in our education system? Exactly. When do we learn about money? After campus, probably, when we get our first job, that's when it hits us that, hey, I have to save. Can you imagine? That should be a basic concept. Saving should be a basic concept, but we learn it much later in life after we've made all the wrong decisions, right? Later on, how are we going to learn about capital markets if we don't know about saving? Exactly. I think, like you said, it should be incorporated. These are things that we've run into the 21st century, and we have to go with the trend. In education, incorporate the trends with education as well. Now, because I think the only time we learn about finances is maybe in mathematics. And maybe if you're lucky enough, and you do take an accounting, even if accounting doesn't mean that you're financially literate, you just learning how to draw a ledger, and you put a balance sheet here.
Yes, but it should be a lifestyle, embedded in us from childhood, from maybe primary or maybe secondary.
That's what countries are doing now. They're running away from these traditional means of education, of memorization. They're looking at how do you make money, even at 7 years. There are kids out there who know how to make money at 7 years. And they know how to save. They know that if mommy gives me this much, I'm going to put this much in my piggy bank. And they know that at the end of the day, they must put that money somewhere. They're not going to just go and break the piggy bank and go and buy sweets. No. But that should be cultivated at a young age. When you look at all the people that have made it in life financially, the Warren Buffetts, the Steve Jobs, there was something that happened to them when they were young. Something that changed their mindset. The mindset of making money. There's a way they groomed that from a young age. It just didn't happen all of a sudden, overnight. But if we don't incorporate that into our curriculum, into our day-to-day life teachings, we're going to have a very difficult time. Trust me, very difficult time educating these adults. Now, like telling Mercy about stocks, you're going to have to explain the whole day. But if it was a kid, because they're curious, exactly, it would take a very short time before they adapt. But you, no way. You're like, oh, my money. No. I need this. I need that. I need the wig. I need this. And because you need all those things, you think you're going to lose the money you're going to use to actually, but yet you're investing to get a better wig. If you are buying one of 300K, you are now going to buy one of 1.5 because you can afford it, right? But if we don't incorporate this culture in our education, we are going to lose a lot of people.
And most cases, children tend to learn from their parents. If you really develop a culture of saving, and tell them if you do ABC, you save. Because now, let's say in the US, they have this culture of if you do dishes, then I'm going to give you some money and you save it. They save until they have enough maybe to buy, get something that is valuable to them. Yeah. So they know once I do this, I'm going to get and save a little for something I want. Yeah. Which is different from our country, Uganda. Money is it's not a luxury. You're given money.
We are broke.
When
we're on the wall.
Yeah. But anyway, we're still on crypto. We had diverted a little. So how is the coins? How are the coins performing?
It was a tough weekend, honestly. Like I mentioned earlier, Bitcoin, which is the biggest coin, because we have thousands and thousands of coins. That's by the. But we talk about Bitcoin because it was first of all the very first one, and secondly, it's the biggest right now in terms of the pricing and the market cap. Market cap, I refer to how many coins are out there on the market at the moment, and Bitcoin has the lion's share on that.
Okay.
Now, on the weekend, Japan's Nikkei, for example, fell more than 6% early Monday, bringing the index 3-day decline to about 15%. Now, the Nikkei is just a tracker of performance of different stocks in Japan. Now, usually these stocks, now we are at a level whereby you have the stock market also, being affected by what's happening in crypto. These are not one-offs that whatever is happening in the stock market has nothing to do with. No. Whatever shakes the crypto market
also
shakes the stock market. Now, what happened on Friday was, on Monday rather, Japan's Nikkei fell more than 6%. And a broad weekend sell-off in crypto accelerated during Sunday evening, especially in US, sending Bitcoin plunging to levels not seen since February this year. Ethereum is another coin that had the worst decline in all the pricings. Bitcoin fell as low as by 12%, like we mentioned, from 67,000 to 53,000 in 24 hours. And when you look at now the Ethereum coin, it also fell by 30% over the weekend, and this is its lowest since January 2024. Now the broader index for all the coins was also down by 12%, meaning all the coins usually follow what Bitcoin falls. When Bitcoin falls, all the coins have to lose something. And the trigger for what's now become a massive correction in crypto and traditional markets just might have been the Bank of Japan. Just one single bank, the Bank of Japan, which last week hiked its benchmark interest rate. Now, this is the CBR, or the central bank rate. And the CBR is just a rate that indicates how much the central bank is actually issuing money to the other banks, the commercial banks, at what interest. Now, this interest is very, very important. And on Monday, they hiked this rate for Bank of Japan, and the shock went through all the markets in Japan. And because most of the markets in Japan are linked to cryptocurrency, the shock went into the crypto market. That's how it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. One thing hurts the other. You've seen those domino effects. You know, one dice hits the other, and then the other. That's exactly what happened. And that monetary tightening sent the yen shooting higher, and the country's Nikkei stock index tumbling as well, down another 6% early Monday. And Nikkei is now lower than by roughly about 15%, which is the worst since the year began for this particular index. Now, crypto shouldn't worry you so much because this is expected. The news I'm mentioning here is not is not something we are afraid of as risk takers, because this has happened before. Bitcoin last year went as low as $15,000 per coin. Yeah, and I'm not talking about like last year in the beginning. No, late last year, like in December, November.
Wow.
15,000.
Wow.
Now we were this year we were talking about 67,000. Now we are talking about 53,000. You never know. One time it can go back to 20,000 or 15,000. But thing is, you as an investor, you must know, first of all, when do I get into the market?
Yeah.
When do I come out?
I get into the market when it's
Coming down.
coming
Thank you.
down.
When there's fear, you should have greed.
I am learning, guys. I am learning.
Yeah, in this market, we have two things, fear and greed. Now, whenever people are afraid, and Warren Buffett makes it very clear, I've mentioned it before, when the streets are bloody, that's the best time to go out and hunt.
And hunt, yeah? Yeah.
Everyone is
Scared.
They're in their houses. Go out, because that's the best time, because no one is hunting, right? Go and hunt. Now, you have to wait until you feel the market has gone to its lowest, rock bottom. Usually that's the best place. Though you might not always easily tell, of course, apart from those skilled analysts who know, okay, I think this is rock bottom, and then they get in and buy big, and then wait and hold. And don't get excited when it starts going up. Wait, it's going to go higher. You have to wait until you feel like, yes, I've almost doubled how much I bought in the first place, and then sell. Also, you can hold and hold and hold for over 3 years. There you're going to, because we believe, as people who have been crypto, in the next 3 years, Bitcoin might hit 200,000. It might, and I know it will. Now, some people, it's better you buy and even forget that you bought. Keep it there. Keep your crypto there. Keep it there, and in the next 3 years, go back. Go back. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin opened in 2011, and this was a time during which there was just after the stock market crash, in 2008, and at the time it was 0.003 US dollars. 0.003. That was probably about 500 shillings or something, Ugandan shillings. But today, it is 53,000, and we're here complaining. Now imagine people who back then, they've been laughing. They're like, this is crazy.
This is crazy.
We've already made our money. Now be part of the early adopters. Don't be part of the late people who come in late, to buy crypto late. But also, I want to introduce the concept of artificial intelligence. Mercy, before artificial intelligence, we used to have to wake up and employ someone, an analyst, to be able to do all your transactions, all your trading for you. Now
you
all
buy
that,
robots?
yes, all that headache is gone.
Okay.
You can employ a bot. It only needs one thing, gas or fuel, and then it will trade for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and for as low as $100.
$100.
Yes, $100.
That's okay.
Yeah, but when you're investing $100, you also need to give your robot $100. So you need $200.
Okay.
Yeah, and how it works is that it will work as high as at least 5 times the investment. Yes. So the fuel will work until at least your money is multiplied 5 times.
Okay.
And then you can buy more fuel.
Okay.
And then you can continue investing. But the whole point here is the trading has never been easier than it is today. It has never been easier. Even with all this news coming in, because one of the big influencers of the market is news. When news comes, it pushes the markets to the limits. When news comes that Joe Biden is stepping out of the race, and Joe Biden had his sentiments about crypto, which were different from Trump, who has also other sentiments, definitely that pushes a lot of shockwaves in the market. But AI has been trained, or programmed rather, to actually navigate the market despite all that. All the news, all the different things that come into the market, and that means that you don't have to to have a sleepless night, and so you must be able to sleep and make money.
Well, it's a beautiful conversation, and trust me, you wouldn't want to leave, but we have run short of time. I think we shall, make it a bit longer next time for more education. But of course, bits and bits we are learning. Trust me, I am learning. If you came and told me how much a Bitcoin costs, I'll be able to tell. Yeah. But anyway, that brings us to the end of financial markets. And today we're looking at the different trends. We looked at MTN and now crypto. But regardless, you have to be a risk taker. Like he said, when the streets are bloody, that's when you go out and hunt. Well, it's just a few minutes past 9 a.m. Let's go for a short commercial break. Coming up shortly is the Business Insight. Stay tuned.